Well, GM Design Associates have been obviously alive and based in Coleraine for several decades now, and we like to think that we're at the heart of the local community. As a few years ago, Coleraine Football Club and the various academies, we were talking to them and we were discussing facilities and just simply seeing how we could improve facilities, and that is how this has started. And since then we have been working with the football club to look at possibilities for the showgrounds, and really it's got tremendous potential because not only is a football ground and as the home of Coleraine Football Club, but as a community-based club and certainly as a generator for urban development in Coleraine Town Centre in general.
My history as far as stadiums are concerned is I was a former stadium manager at the Kingspan. Having, as I thought, rested on my laurels, I took a few months off and then got a phone call from Patrick Nelson asking me to become involved at the IFA in an interim capacity in their stadium as well. So I've been involved in both of the major stadiums that have been built in Northern Ireland at the moment. The first thing that struck me with this place was the expansive footprint and the opportunities that were here, which I suspect are probably second to none in terms of privately owned Irish League football grounds. And I was excited when I saw the conceptual plans that GM Design had already prepared for it, and I thought it was a very good fit and something that I wanted to be involved in.
I've always been a keen interest in following Coleraine Football Club, and out of the blue Colin McHenry rang me and asked me to come on board and have a look at what was involved. So I've done a fair amount of research and a bit of scoping, and the more I'm doing, the more excited I am about this project.
Working on a football stadium is something it's like a dream project for me. I'm a big football supporter generally. I've been at the showgrounds now for a long time and attended Coleraine matches for a long time, and it's a pleasure working with Colin and also now with David and Bobby on board, having a very good team in place to actually deliver the project. The design has been developed in 3 phases. The first phase is already on site.
This grass pitch will be dug up totally, and we will have laid a very modern synthetic playing surface, second to none. The importance of that is letting the people of Coleraine and everyone who have been dreaming of this project for some time to see it becoming reality, and the work started, and that's the exciting bit of it.
And then the wider ambition is the further 2 phases, one of which is a new 3G training facility and a community hub with community changing. I suppose the main bit of the work will be the provision of a new 6,000 to 8,000 seat UEFA Category 2 stadium, which will involve replacing the south stand with a new seated grandstand, extending the existing pitch to meet the UEFA requirements, providing a new clubhouse and social club, and providing new commercial space and community activity on the Ballycastle Road. And the idea is really just to open up the whole of the ground to the wider community.
To bring phase 2 and phase 3 into play here, we need outside funding, and Bobby will talk much more expansively of that than I can. But part of that funding is undoubtedly the sub-regional funding, which we anticipate will be coming from the Department of Communities. And what our goal is to be ready whenever that comes out. So this business plan is a long way going towards that, but there are other elements as well that we think that we've secured a long-term lease with the landlords, and all of those things contribute towards us being ready to go and apply for the funding when it's available.
Well, the business case, when we're any potential funders that we're looking to go to want to understand why they should fund this project, and we have to demonstrate to them how we meet their criteria in terms of to secure the funding. So we need to demonstrate how this project is absolutely key to the commercial impact on Coleraine and the community aspects of Coleraine, but ultimately how we are helping develop football in the northwest now, but for the next 100 years, as we're getting very, very close to our 100th anniversary. Effectively, the club has been an island in the middle of Coleraine, And now what we're planning to do is to try and link that up with the commercial side of Coleraine and the community side of Coleraine to actually demonstrate the massive impact that this club potentially could have for the area.
There's no secret in terms of this ground. The reason that we need to improve it is that it's just not keeping a stride with the safety regulations and everything else. And what we're going to provide here is an enhanced facility for them, a family-friendly, safe stadium for them to come and watch their team, which has been very successful over the last few years, playing on a top-class pitch. And then beyond that, we go to the community aspect. And this is where the footprint comes in, because when we look at the rest of the space available, and we're going to transform that into a community hub and very much engage the entire community actively in sport within that hub.